I feel like I'm crooked. Are we rolling? Yes. Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Live. I'm a knitter from Norway, and today I thought I would do a podcast type of video where I show finished objects, currently projects that I'm working on, and also maybe some future knitting plans because I have a lot of them. My knitting list is super long. When you're knitting with mohair or wearing mohair, you get mohair everywhere. That's just how it is. Let's look at some finished objects. So I haven't weaved in the ends, so it's not completely finished, but I'm done knitting it and it's not that many ends to weave in. So in my head, this is a finished object. And the lighting in this apartment is super yellow, so I'm sorry for that, but it is what it is. The lighting. Anyways, this is just a simple raglan sweater knitted in fat mohair, which is a hand-dyed mohair from a store called Strikkefeber, which is a knitting store in Oslo, Norway. It's knitted on 9mm needles and it's super quick. I knitted the ribbing for the neck on 6mm needles, and I think I knitted the ribbing for the sleeves and body on 7mm needles, I think. This is just a simple raglan sweater. I used a pattern from the same knitting store called Stripa på tvers. The pattern says to use 8mm needles, but I just decided to do 9mm needles because I wanted a more loose gauge. And I'm pretty happy with the results. I don't know if you can tell on camera really where I changed the skeins, because in real life you can't really tell, but on camera I feel like you can tell where I changed the skeins, because I tried to alternate a little bit when knitting with hand-dyed mohair just to make it a little more even. Sometimes I want to do a, really show off the yarn and don't do any switching in between skeins, and sometimes I want it to look more even, and I feel like you can tell really well on camera, but in real life you can't really. Okay, anyways, I just need to weave in the ends and then this will be a finished object. Next on my finished object list is in this bag, because I wanted to keep them all together so I remember to take pictures and everything. The next finished object is One Day Selbu mittens, which is a super cute mittens pattern by a girl named Strikkesoffe, I think. I will try to remember to link the patterns below. I made a mitten. I actually timed myself. I think I used 1 hour and 45 mittens. 1 hour and 45 minutes on one mitten without the thumb. The thumb takes me forever to make, probably an hour. I'm not even kidding. But these are made literally in one evening if you want to, and they're super warm. I made these in a yarn called Alpha Lupi. I think it's Icelandic wool, so it's the warmest mittens that I've ever tried on. The Icelandic wool is super good for really cold weather like we have in Norway right now. The next finished object that I have right now is a hat. This is a teddy hat, so I actually have some leftover yarn. It's a hand-dyed teddy yarn also from the store called Strikkefeber, and it's a very light pink, some yellow, some purple tones in this. I think I made this in like a day because it's super big needles. But this is kind of the vibe that we're going for. It's a teddy hat and just it's more of a cute hat than a functional hat, but it keeps my head warm, but it's not super practical. why can't I say that word? It's not super practical, but it's really cute. So that's my 3 finished objects for this time. The 2 hand-dyed yarn project I really made in just a week because I had a really low knitting mojo and I just needed to use some hand-dyed yarn and make something really fun and not necessarily something I really need. I always try to, when planning a project, see, okay, what are some pieces that I'm missing in my collection and also what would be fun to make. And that is a keynote for my next project that I'm currently working on, which is a vest. Knitted one vest last year, but I ended up selling it because I wasn't really using it, and I think that was because of the color wasn't super flattering to me, I think. So I chose a very light gray, hoping this would fit me. So what I'm currently working on is the Harper vest from the newest DIY collection from Sandnes Garn. It's knitted on 5mm needles and it has 2 different types of cables. I think this larger one will like cable up once I, start cabling more, but the smaller cable is really gorgeous. It has a really nice texture. It's knitted in their, I can't remember if it's ballerina chunky mohair or chunky ballerina mohair. I always get that wrong. I don't remember, but the chunky ballerina mohair, we call it that. And the Koos, which is their blow yarn. It's moss stitch in the back and then 2 different types of cable in front. I think this will be really, really gorgeous. I casted this on a couple of days ago, so it's knitting up pretty quickly, I would say. And I am obsessed with knitting cables now. I like cables on big needles is such a vibe. I think I want to do another project with a cabling on larger needles because I'm having so much fun and the texture is just superb. And I haven't done any cables since the cable cal, aka the cable knit along that we did last summer, where I knitted the Moby sweater, and that is on, I believe, 4mm needles. So it's a really good size needling for me to be cabling on 5mm needles. It's like the perfect size for me. The next project that I have on my needles, I actually forgotten about. So this is not maybe like a super active whip, but it's still on my needles, and I have, hopefully I'm going to finish this soon because it's a sock and we all need socks in the winter, not in the summertime. So I need to finish this ASAP. I'm knitting this in a yarn from Fabel Knitwear. The pink one is with glitter. I don't know if you can really see the glitter on camera, but it's from Fabel Knitwear. It's hand dyed and it's a 400 meters on 100 grams. I think it's called Athena in rose gold. And I'm holding it together with the Isagar silk mohair, which is in the color 62. And it's knitting up beautifully. The pink is the perfect shade of pink, and it also has some variations of the intenseness of the pink due to the hand dyed sock yarn. Anyways, I think this will be a really, really pretty sock and is a super luxurious sock. Okay, the battery was dying, but I think we're good now. We're back. The last project that is on my needles right now is a sweater for my boyfriend. And I actually have the pattern here so I can show you. It's the Brendan Sweater Man, and I think it's the tweed edition if I'm not mistaken. It looks like this. It's a pattern and yarn bought from Sandnes Garn, and I'm using their tweed recycled yarn, which is 100% recycled, and it's 80% merino and 20% cashmere, so it's super soft. And if I have any left over, I will knit myself a little mini scarf because it's so soft. And also low-key it will be cute with me having a little scarf and he wearing a whole sweater. So the sweater is knitted on 3.5mm needles and 3mm needles for the ribbing. It's 2x2 rib, and it has a really interesting shoulder construction where I'm hoping I did it right, and the shoulder construction is supposed to be like a very visible one. Either way, my boyfriend really liked the visible shoulder seam, so we just went with that. Loki has raglan down there, so I think it's a European shoulder. I've started the second sleeve, so I'm just on Sleeve Island for now. But I started this just before Christmas, and that's like a month ago, so I should, you know, speed up and just finish this last sleeve. The only thing about this yarn though is it's drying out my hands intensely. I think it is because we do have cold weather in Norway right now, but we have a, I'm just going to take some body lotion because I instantly, when I touch this yarn, I get like super dry on my fingers. I don't know what it is. Is it the cashmere? Because I haven't knitted that much with cashmere before. So I don't know if it's the cashmere or whatever it is. I just get super dry fingers from knitting with it. I can't describe it, but a little moisturizer never hurt nobody. So that was what's on my needle right now, my current project, and I have a lot of yarn for new projects that is just laying in my basket ready to cast on. The Sandnes Garn packaging is always really like neatly packed. So I've already started picking out yarn for the vest that I'm currently working on. And I also got this super cute journal for my knitting notes. And just look at that. Okay, so the gray, it's called Ballerina Chunky Mohair, by the way. I always forget. Ah, now we can see the colors as well. 1022 and 1021. I'm a mess. Anyways, the gray vest, we already, you know, talked about that. So we're going to talk about the green yarn that is in this box. Sunday and thin silk mohair, and it's a green, like it's green. I mean, I think the silk mohair is new for this season. I think the Sunday came maybe last year, but they're both called matcha, I think. It's the 9564 and 9564. Yeah, I think it's the matcha. I am going to make a replica. I'm going to make this. It's so yellow here. I promise it's not that yellow in real life. But I'm going to make this sweater, which is the Mindy sweater. It's from the newest DIY collection as well. And I think I have some more pictures here, maybe. Or maybe not. Molly, Lucy. This collection low-key slaps, though. I really want to custom some more stuff from here. There we go. It has the same type of shoulder construction as the sweater for my boyfriend, I think. Anyways, 2x2 rib and I think 3.5mm needles. So I don't know why I do that to myself, but I think the end result will be really worth it. But since this is on 3.5mm needles, I've decided to finish the sweater for my boyfriend firstly, and then cast on the Mindy sweater once I'm done with the sweater for my boyfriend, so that I'm only working on one 3.5mm project at the time, because that will be draining as well. Anyways, I also got gifted this really beautiful yarn from Strikkefeber, which is the hand-dyed yarn supplier of mine. I have 300 grams, 600 meters, so I think I can tell. In the store I couldn't tell, but I can tell now. This is probably different dye lots. Anyways, I think these will be really, really beautiful, but I don't know what I'm going to make. Maybe another jacket, because I really like this jacket. I just don't use it that much anymore. I think it's because I don't always want to be as I'm saying that, this will be the exact same jacket, I think. I was going to say I don't want to always be a girly girl with this jacket, but this pink red color is almost the same. But maybe a jacket, if we could do that, that would be really nice. The last, I also got gifted this red yarn. It's the perfect, I could stare at this forever. It's the perfect like wine red, deep maroon red. I'm obsessed, and I think it will be so gorgeous with my I started talking Norwegian now. With my brown eyes and my blonde hair, I think this is just like 100% my color. So I got gifted 8 skeins, and I'm going to make a cardigan. I'm going to try to show you on my phone, called Casual Friday Chunky, which is also a pattern by the knitting store. My hands are so slippery from the lotion. It's called Casual Friday Chunky, which is a simple mohair cardigan. It has a 1x1 rib and quite a long ribbing for the sleeves, and also it has not the raglan construction, but the set-in sleeves, which is my newest obsession, is the set-in sleeves, not the raglan, which I love raglan as well, but just the set-in sleeves is just my obsession right now. This cardigan is knitted on, I think 7. I thought it was 7mm. Oh, it's 5.5. But I think I have that as well. It's fine. We will manage. And it's 4mm needles for the ribbing. So 5.5. It will be a very, very nice texture for this jacket. I really want to cast this on. Okay, so I've decided to, you know, I have a project on 5mm needles. So once I finish the vest, I can cast on this gorgeous red cardigan. And once I finish the 3.5mm needles project, the sweater for my man, I can cast on the green sweater that I have ready. And as for the socks, once I finish them, I have some more sock yarn that I want to use, because this is like the little basket of yarn that are laying around just screaming for me to use. So this is the sock yarn that I'm currently using for the pink socks. It's called Athena, and this is in the shade Nutcracker. It's from Fable Knitwear's Advent that I got gifted last year. It's 75% merino, 20% nylon, and 5% gold. Yeah. 100 grams, 400 meters. I really want to make something with this red. Initially, I thought I would make some socks, but I don't know. I had a really good sock knitting mojo, knitting my first socks in like years. And then it's just, with the pink socks, I just stopped, but I also have this. This will make a really fun sock though. Green and brown. It's called Vinterskog, which is in English winter woods, I believe. Yeah, winter woods. It's a green and brown and still some whites, and also the gold in it. Or some mittens. Some green mittens would be really cute as well. Or maybe a red riding hood like balaclava would be really, really cute as well. So that's just laying in here waiting for me to use it. I just haven't decided exactly what they're going to be, but something in the lines of a sock or a balaclava or something. I just need to figure out what. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you have knitted this whole time, please let me know what you're knitting on right now. If you have any suggestions for what I should do with the hand-dyed fat mohair, if I should do a sweater or cardigan or something completely different like a scarf, please leave suggestions down below. I always need new inspiration. Thank you again so much for watching, and see you guys in a month, 3 or 4 weeks. We will see.